Hello, I'm Tamara Caulder Richardson, and some people know me as the Southern Belle Medium. I am a professional evidential psychic medium, Christ channeler, and also a 6-time near-death experiencer and afterlife speaker. I am also a spiritual teacher and author. So I wanted to talk to you today about Recover Your Joy. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and I've received a lot of emails, and I really want to be attentive to those and what people are asking for. And what I'm hearing a lot of, a feeling of loss, grief, confusion, misdirection, confused on direction in their life, but an overall feeling of hollowness and confusion as well. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think that is. I mean, first of all, we're in a pandemic, right? So we've been at home a lot, right? We've been isolated other than going and getting the necessities such as groceries or gasoline or whatever it may be. So we have beforehand, let's talk about beforehand. We were very busy, right? We were running around like a chicken with its head cut off. We were running around, running errands, going to Starbucks, meeting people, picking up stuff, doing things. And we kept our life very busy, and we never took the time to slow down. So what you might be experiencing right now that's going on, and I'm going to keep going through some more symptoms and why I think that's happening, and I totally have the solution for that. It's something that I really feel like it's almost similar to what a lot of people are going through. It's almost like a midlife crisis. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, came out as an evidential medium years later. Probably wasn't very popular to come out. I live in the southern part of the U.S. initially, but of course everything, if it's meant to be, everything's going to be great, and it has been. And a lot of times we'll have fears, and it's really just our own fears and our own concerns. So where are people now? Because they've been so busy and now they're more idle. I used to go to the gym a lot. I still don't feel quite comfortable going yet, but I do love working out and I miss being active. But one thing I'll tell you that's been positive for me, I've connected with so many beautiful people, literally around the world, from every parts of the world you can imagine, from South Africa to New Zealand, Sydney, Australia, the UK, various parts of the US, Hawaii. I mean, and a lot of these people, either they were my friends or are now my friends now, and I have been interviewing them on my podcast, which please check it out. It's called Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience, and Other Phenomena, which I am both. I am an NDEer, and also I, speak to the other side. I'm an interdimensional communicator. So that's something that I've seen spirit and talked to them since 3. Of course, my near-death experiences, I do believe, enhance that, even though I did train 8 years in the British style of evidential mediumship. Because if I was going to do this publicly, I wanted to make sure I brought extreme excellence to the field, for not only for you guys, but for spirit. So, so getting back to where we now are as a society, we have had to change our patterns, which affects our mental patterns, right? That has coupled on top of, staying home, changing our patterns, and then it's changing our mental patterns. But then we've got to take care of people, right, that are also around us. And we've also, what it's done is given us a time to really examine ourselves, whether we like it or not, and to see more inside ourselves. So many people run from that, which really you shouldn't. Everybody's beautiful. They have a spark of God in them. However, when you do sit in that stillness or you have moments of reflection, you really do get to kind of see into your own soul. And some of the things that's happening for a lot of people that I've been discovering is that they are discontent. Maybe they don't have the same likes anymore. Maybe that they're isolated with some people, family members, husband, wife, that they realize, my goodness, my communication is really bad with them, or we're not getting along, or I thought we shared more things in common, but we really don't. So all of these things are coming up, including problems with children people have had, but really, I believe, is an extremely positive thing, because we were so busy before and being distracted with cell phones, TVs, laptops, notepads, all of this, and including invitations out to eat here, there, all that, okay, events, that we are now taking care of and looking at the thing that is most important, and that's your own very soul. And if those of you that are saying, yeah, I'm bored, I'm discontent, I actually am questioning, now I've had time to think about it, I really don't like my job, I really don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Or it's a time of the holidays. It could be you're reflecting on grief and loss and of people or of jobs, or grief can be you're sad because you don't like the way your life is. It's not because someone that maybe necessarily has passed on. Then again, if you lose a job or if you go through divorce, it can feel like a death, okay? So what happens in life is we have several of these losses that when they stack up, we just shut down. So I'm here to help you open that up. So first of all, I want you to give yourself permission that this is normal. Welcome to planet Earth. You're human. This is normal. This is a very positive thing, that you are awakening. Well, when people wake up, they usually find that they're discontent. They start asking questions, if not out loud, in their head. They start having different interests, and that just means you're growing, you're stretching. And we should not limit ourselves. We should not label ourselves. We should not say, well, I've always been so-and-so. Why am I interested in that? Or why would I want to all of a sudden, stop this and then, become a tour guide in nature? Who knows? It's because your soul is trying to navigate to where you need to be. Now, that might not mean that you stop everything and, quit your job, at the corporation or whatever it may be. It may be that you start integrating these things into your life. And if you do want to be like a nature guide, for example, that's something that you can work into. Or if you want to be like myself, I'm an afterlife speaker and a teacher. This didn't happen overnight. I've taught at the Edgar Cayce Center in Virginia Beach. It was really quite an honor. I taught a day of mediumship, and it was and did a medium demonstration. It was amazing because that was who I studied when I was 13 years old and up, was Edgar Cayce. Since then, I've studied so many spiritual leaders, and I've had a lot of self-development as well as former training. I owned an advertising agency and a marketing agency for 27 years. Now I'm giving away my age, but it's true. I'm proud of that. I went to a 4-year university at East Carolina University, and I have a degree in advertising, communications, and marketing. I'm also a visual designer, a professional designer, as well as copywriter and slogan writer. I use these things when you see the marketing materials, when you see a very organized person. Well, in some ways. In other ways, I'm very eccentric and woohoo, kind of creative, because I am also an artist. But so that what I'm telling you as your teacher, and some of these things that I want to go over concepts, and I am going to be offering you an amazing 6-week workshop, super, super cheap. That I'm going to be offering, and just a little bit. It's very spiritually transformative. I actually got that information channeled to give to you to help people that need clarity and that are hurting and that are frustrated and have anxiety. I got the answer here, and for very inexpensive too. I think it's like $129 for 6 weeks. So we'll talk about that. Let's go back to what the problem is and solutions. As far as a teacher, what I'm trying to get at, and as I explained, kind of telling you who I am, because you don't know me, so I'm introducing myself. I am creative. I can think conceptually. I'm also a trance channel, so I can work that side of the brain. Or I'm very analytical. I can put together big marketing plans. I've put together workshops and classes. I've put events together for corporate clients. I've done broadcast and TV. So I know how to strategize and organize as well. So I use my channeling abilities to put this amazing course together for you. So let's talk about some of the things and concepts that I want to go over that I am going to be offering in this course. The course, Recover Your Joy from Losses and Upset. And I also call it Grief Relief. And you think, well, I'm not really grieving. Okay. If you're upset, things aren't going well, or you're off your purpose, you're kind of sad about it, probably, right? You're going through a shift. And I'm telling you, it's a good thing. You just don't know exactly how to get out of the funk and express your goal. And I want everybody winning, and I want everybody kicking butt in 2021. There's no reason. We need to all be happy. There's abundance, whether it's financial or health, or look, we can have abundance. There's enough for everybody. But we need to be happy and healthy. So one of the concepts I want to talk to you about is being a victim. Many times when we get in a sad state, we have repetitive losses or repetitive disappointments. Yeah, I know part of it's being human, but if we have a lot of those, and if we have negative people around us, bad combination, then it begins to squash our dreams and our ambitions. And we want to be like little kids, excited about things, right? We want to be excited. We want to be able to dream and giggle and laugh. And when's the last time that we all really laughed and had a giggle? So many people are so serious and sad. Hasn't this taught us anything? Reflecting and having a little bit of isolation, which is to appreciate our own soul. Look, there's no mistake that God, the divine, the creator, whatever you want to call it, that everyone is here because it was no mistake. You're supposed to be here right now. And a lot of people want to help others, but you can't truly help people until you help yourself. That's why so many near-death experiencers and spiritual leaders, or if you even look at the saints, right? The saints, the Catholic saints, right? They had horrible turmoil. They had horrible difficulties that they had to overcome. Whether it was addictions, being abused, whether it was abuse, physical, mental, however, trials, tribulations, constant trials, okay? So they came out of it, and there are solutions for that. So the first thing is recognizing you're not happy. You need to start writing down when you're not happy. Like, oh, my husband wants to watch, or my wife wants to watch this show. I don't like crime dramas anymore. I used to. I don't like it now. I want to watch the Gaiam channel with all those near-death experience stories and all these cool things, on UFOs. So notice your interest changing. Kind of write that down and just acknowledge it. Okay. You don't have to assess and why. That's just a waste of time. Just go, okay. So that's the first thing. Then I want you to fill in areas where you are, look in areas where you might feel depleted or lost, or like the air has been taken out of you and your joy is just not really there like it used to. Think about the areas. It could be simple. It could be something like, you're at home, your children at home, you're cooking way more than you ever thought. You're just not happy with that. But take it further. Okay. Yeah, maybe you need some help with that. Maybe you need to simplify that, but take it further. What would you like to be doing? Oh, I'd like to be traveling the world, and I would like to be able to be a, blah, blah, blah free agent that did photographs for National Geographic and adventure magazines. Okay, just take it a step further. The big thing is by surrendering to the fear, to the losses, to the setbacks, you're saying you're a loser and you're a victim. And then that's not how us humans are made. We're fighters. And we also are lovers. We love life. We love people. We want to win. We don't want to give up. That's not really our core survival mechanism. So catch yourself in your words. When I was on the other side, and you can see on my website, southernbellemedium.com, I have my near-death experience stories, and you can hear them. And the last one I did with Jeff Mara, that's the latest one I did, I think 2 weeks ago. It was very nice. and listen to the story when I talk about when I'm 5, I died of pneumonia, and I was dead on arrival, at least 15 minutes, maybe much longer. I was arrived at the hospital, code blue, and I had been dead at that point 15 minutes. I was at the hospital quite a bit. They couldn't get my vitals, and my lungs collapsed. And then, then I had this Jesus experience in heaven and all that, which you can hear about it. However, he told me I had to go back, but then we argued. And then he said, okay, you can stay a while. And we talked a lot. He said, be mindful in your words because you manifest through your words. Your words have energy. Think about your unique voice. Your voice is your own. And, most people, they go, I don't like my voice. Most people say that. They're like, I don't like my voice. You ought to be glad you got one because you'd be a spirit person. And unless you're like me, people can't hear you. So we have a voice. That voice is uniquely our signature. Whether you like it, you don't like it, hey, you're just blessed to have a voice. And when we speak words, we want to speak in two ways. We want to speak life toward ourselves and life toward others. For example, this is a pet peeve of mine when I hear people go, when they're disparaging about themselves. For example, my husband used to do this and I would just jump on him. He's so easygoing, but it's just a bad habit. And they're bad habits. That's all they are. He would go, oh gosh, so-and-so, we're blah, blah, blah. We don't have any money. And actually, it might have been true when we first got married and, when you're in your 20s, but not, I wouldn't say we're loaded now, but we're going to be able to put gas in the car. And so that's not really accurate. That's an old thing that he hangs on to. So he gets, oh, we're really broke. I said, cancel, don't say that. We are abundantly wealthy in all areas. Now, I know some of you are going, that sounds like a bunch of baloney, right? I'm telling you, you make it till you break it. Those negative words have energy. Think about this. Why is it so important for people to be kind to each other or kind to yourself? Because when someone's kind to you, it just makes your day. You just feel like you can do anything. And if you have your special somebody that thinks you're great, you're perfect, even though you're like, I'm not perfect, but they think you're amazing, you're like, yeah, I can accomplish anything. We want to be our best friend. We want to be our best friend to ourselves like that. And the first place to look is what we speak. Take note of that. Literally keep a journal, guys. That's what I'm saying. Keep a journal. What we speak and when we speak about ourselves and other people. For example, you want to speak like, oh my God, she's having such a hard time, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Her child's on a respirator. Oh, it's terrible. Speak life. And just say so-and-so, but I speak life over that situation. I ask God and the angels to come in and resolve that. And I ask that she have the peace upon her and also the mental faculties and awareness and the capabilities to make the decisions that she needs to in a calm manner. So we should speak life to other people. The word blessing, I always say that if you get an email from me, blessings and love, because blessings means God empowering you to be abundant. That's good, right? You don't want to damn somebody. That's awful. Because what happens is when you damn someone in your words, you know what that is. I don't need to say anymore. It's like holding a mirror to yourself and it boomerangs back on you. So by blessing and speaking life to others, you're totally speaking it to you. So start looking at your vocabulary and then look at that mindset that goes with it. And then start the second part of that is look at what you do when you are alone. When you're alone, what are your thoughts? Are they positive? You go, oh, if I just lost that extra 20 pounds. Well, if I had more money. Well, I tell you, I guess nobody will ever love me if I don't find that right person. That kind of stuff. And I will tell you, being an evidential psychic medium, it comes through all the time. Your relatives, oh yes, your relatives and friends, they love to tell on you. And they will say, oh my God, she's saying blah, 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 blah about her life and her career. And she doesn't think she's pretty and da-da-da-da-da, and she's not smart enough. And then I'll go, I'm like, please don't make me say it. And I'll go, okay, your grandmother said, or your granddaddy said, or whoever said blah, 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 blah. And they'll go, oh, Well, yeah, of course they can hear. They're spirit form. So if they can hear, God hears. So at some point, the universe hears, and the universe is in agreement with, it's going to start going in agreement with you because you're a powerful spiritual being. But we've forgotten that. Okay? We're children of the Most High. We come from heaven, but we've forgotten that because we are in a not so perfect world, right? You have good people, bad people, and different people. And so it's difficult. That's the challenge. It's kind of like being in lab. This is the lab class. I think the real place is in heaven because I've been there. So I'm telling you, it's great. I mean, you can't shortcut it. So don't get any bright ideas. But it's work here, a lot of work, okay? A lot of hard work. And the only person that can work you through your spirituality, even though I can give you all the things and the tools, and I even offer spiritual mentoring, but you have to do the work. I have to do the work. And it's always ongoing. It's not easy. But the good news is you're going to be happy. And when you have a peace and calmness about you and a resolution of who you are and a direction that's unshakable and a connection to the Creator that's very uniquely special to you, then all is well. Seriously, you feel much more complete. So let's think about your language, your thought processes, how you speak to yourself and others in your mind or verbally. Start writing it down, cleaning it up. We also talked about, just a review, anything that you don't like, or even if you have something pop up in your head like, I don't want to do that, write it down. If you then start thinking, what is it that you want to do? Like for me, I'll give you an example. You know what's come up a lot for me? I really haven't wanted to own it. It's so silly, but I want to move to the beach. I want to move to the ocean somewhere. I want to be near an airport, an international airport, because once this isolation pandemic thing is over, I do. I want to be able to get on the plane and do the things I want to do and travel. But I do like the ocean, and that's part of my soul. I don't need to explain that. Some people love the forest. Some people love the mountains. Some people, maybe they say, oh my gosh, I need a downscale. I got this big old house. Some people may say, hey, I need to get rid of stuff. Just be cognizant of that, because if you're not, then what it becomes, these behaviors that are really bad habits, they start controlling you, and they force you into a victim situation. And you don't want that. You want to be a victor. You want to say, yeah, it's happened. I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what next? And then you move toward that victory of releasing your own soul to be exactly who you need to be. So one thing I want to talk about is energy. So be cognizant of who you are around and who you speak to. Some people have family members that, it could be even your parents, I don't know, your siblings, your children, I don't know, that could be really just negative, okay? What do they call it, a Debbie Downer? They could be. So you can't really fire your family. Some people might agree with that, disagree with that, but you can limit the conversation. You can control that. And when they start up, you can say, okay, all right, and change the subject. Or you can limit, you can have boundaries. This is where I'm going with this, boundaries, to protect your psyche, your mental energy. And also, as the end result, if you're around negative people, you will feel drained. So now we're on to different topic, very similar, energy vampires. So there are people that are just negative, okay? And after a while, you just get tired of hearing it. And if you do not assert yourself with them, which makes me, when I have to do it, feel kind of like a jerk sometimes, because I shouldn't have to be in defense of who I am all the time as a person. Neither should you. I don't like doing that. So what I do is, like, if I have to be around these people, like the people that you can't fire, I just keep it pleasant, keep it nice. I have a little checklist of boundaries. What I do, like 2 hours tops. I always have my husband with him, because they don't pull, certain people don't pull things when he's around, because they don't pull it. He has a strong ethics thing, and he just like, yeah, don't try that. And so they don't. So you can come up with a plan. The people that are fair weather friends, or people that you've known, could be since childhood, who knows, but they're very negative. They've never gotten better. this might be a really good time. This is what the during this time of isolation, you should be thinking about this. Who is not positive in your life? Who doesn't support your goals, your actions? When you say something, they go, that shouldn't happen. They should go, oh, that's great. Well, whatever you decide, I know you'll make the right decision. I'm very happy for you. That's who you want on your team. You want to create a team. I've got Team Tam. I do. I'm Tamara. Team Tam. I've got, beside my God posse, my team God, other than them, people that are here on planet Earth, I decide to surround myself with positive people. So as you change and as you kind of, your life is shifting, you want to look at the people that are around you, and are they positive? Are they supportive? Are they arrogant and negative? They know it all. You don't know anything. You need to take note of that. And if there's someone that is not like your family or what have you, like I said, that's difficult. But you can put in boundaries. If they're a friend or a coworker, you can limit that, or you can just in a very gentle way. I make a joke about firing friends. They're really not your friends. If you fire them, they're really not. Your friends should love you, and they should love you for you. That's a friend. And even good times, bad times, they should still be your friend, like as well as you should. So people that they come across like, oh, I care, but then they really don't. It's time to clean house. Here's the thing. Everybody's got their path. You've got their path. You've got a path. They've got a path. Let them go on their way. I don't wish people bad. I go, in my mind, in my head, I go, God bless you. And then I'll even say a prayer. God, take care of their needs. I don't know what they need. We're not on the same journey now, but that's okay. I wish them well, provide what they need. I got to keep going on my way, because we're really not here that long in the scheme of things. So they need to allow you to go, and you need to allow them. That doesn't mean, we're going to all see each other in heaven again. It's going to be a big brouhaha party. But yeah, it's okay. It's the way of things. It's the way of the universe. It's okay. And then what's going to happen, you may feel lonely at first, but you're going to get a new tribe. You're going to get people that are going to surround you, that are going to love you and truly love you for you. And it does take courage. It does. It does. I've done it. I've done it a few times. And I'll do it again if necessary, because you need to learn to love yourself. Because when you love yourself the way that you should, then you'll love other people that much more. So negative people. The energy vampires are more like people that me. Oh, you're so nice. Let me bring you some stuff. Oh, I bought you this. Me. They will literally suck the life out of you and shorten your lifespan. They literally are like a vampire. If you're going to let them suck the life out of you, whose fault is it? So you can wish them well. Thank you so much. Okay, don't have time. Okay, bye. However you need to handle that. Doesn't really matter. I do believe in handling everything with love, of course, because it's just, you want to be kind to people, but you want to be kind to yourself too. Sometimes you got to do that. So keep that in mind. Also, grounding. A lot of people, they're feeling very out of sorts these days. So what's going on with that? Well, I think a lot of people, and not to use a lot of fancy words, some people may know this, but their chakras are way out of balance. Those are our energy centers from our head, our crown chakra, as well as our third eye chakra, and our throat chakra. That's our communication chakra. Actually, some people might even get sick in that area if they're shut down in it. And then we have, our heart chakra. That's the big one for people, because your heart, what your heart wants. When you were dating that special person, or you were looking, and everybody's like, I don't know what they see in them. Hey, you can't out-talk your heart if that's what your heart wants. If your heart wants that person, it just does. And also your heart pulls you to your life purpose and your passions, whether it's gardening, working with animals, healing people, writing, music, art, could be agriculture, anything. Your heart pulls you to that. And that is because your heart is the true connection. I mean, not really your crown chakra, your head. I mean, you can say a lot of people get information through that, yes, but It's your heart that has the discernment. You know, when you feel it in your heart, like, or it could be in your gut, which we're going to talk about that night, your solar plexus, about how, I don't trust them. And you don't know why you feel that way. Why do you want to wait 6 months or a year to find out they're a crook, when if you just listen to that feeling? But your heart, the desires of your heart is your connection to God. So the problem with that is because of the hurt and the loss and people saying mean things to you and betraying you and just being ugly to you, being mean maybe, that your heart center, your energy center, you don't trust it so much anymore, right? So we need to recover that so you can immediately have discernment, like, oh yeah, okay, I don't want to go, thank you very much. Like if someone asks me camping, I'm like, I don't do camping. I do camping at a 5-star hotel. I don't do camping. I'm not a camping chick, although I think it's great to be in nature. I don't mind doing it. And then afterwards going and showering and being in the nice place with cable. That's me. Okay. I tell people, I know that about me. So I say, thank you. Camping is not my thing, but have fun. And they go, oh, but there's nothing you can say because it's not my thing, but I really appreciate you thinking of me. So same thing with food. People try to cram food down, here you go, eat this thing. And you don't like chocolate fudge. Don't eat it, or it's got nuts in it you don't like. Just say, thank you. I'm sure it's delicious, but I don't do that. And if they're insistent, you be insistent. So you need to take care of yourself. Everybody hearing this is a grown up, right? So we need to be spiritually mature. So grounding. In this 6-week workshop, we're going to go over all this stuff. When you're done, you're going to be all right as rain again. But a lot of people don't know how to ground. They're very dispersed. They got particles here. They got a monkey mind, and they need to ground, and they need to be able to very quickly be in a quiet place and just be at peace, not being anxiety-ridden or fearful or have strange thoughts, but learn to be able to be in a place of peace very quickly. And I'm going to be doing a lot of spiritual exercises also in this class, but these are things that I'm telling you now for free that you can work on right now. Right? So activities, you want to look also if anything's counter you're doing to your goals, right? So are you self-loathing? Are you lazy? Are you in a bad pattern? I think we talked about that a little bit earlier, but just take note of that. Or addictions. I don't want to point fingers, but is that helping you toward your goal? That's all. Is it something that's helping or hurting you? Okay, sometimes you just have to step away and look at it more objectively. Is it helping or hurting you? Yeah. And don't be so guilty about stuff, guys. People are so guilty and they say terrible things about themselves and their mind. I hear it all the time, okay? And don't, because God loves us so much. When I was on the other side of heaven and I saw Jesus, I mean, there's just basically, you can do anything and he's like, he thinks we're all great. That doesn't mean we can just have a big party here. We do need to be kind of nice to each other and spread the love and be responsible. But what I'm saying is we're really hard on ourselves. And I just know God doesn't feel that way, that we're all really special and important. And we make mistakes. You need to allow yourself to make mistakes. We're just talking about being present right now and having a spiritual mentor coach take you through. A lot of people don't like looking at things. Look, I've had coaches. I've had coaches since I was 19. Yeah. So I don't do anything I don't recommend. I actually drink my own brand of Kool-Aid. I do. I do the same thing. So I want to talk about some other concepts. Once you get some of this junk off of you, right? Layers of onion, you get the stuff that's not serving you. Then you go into your passions. It's hard to get to your passions when you're upset or pissed off all the time. True, right? So you want to get that, and then we want to get to a place where you are, okay, I know there's some things to work at. I got to work on, okay, but I'm still here. Okay, good. Then I want to look at what is it like to discover your your soul discovery, who you really are and why you're here now. Now, I'm going to give you a secret. It's a big one, and it may seem simple, but it's so, so true. We are all here to manifest God's love. And people go, even the guy that blah, 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 that is really, a bully. Well, he might have decided not to do that and take a different route, but that's not the original plan. Everyone is love on the other side. As Jesus tells me, be the love you were created to be, which is pretty powerful. So what does that mean? People might show their love through people by helping with hospice, or maybe a teacher with children, or maybe they're showing someone a trade so they can get a job, or maybe they're great with encouraging words. They can use their voice like an oracle and talk to people and inspire them. When again, back to words have energy and they're powerful. That's why we want to think positive things. When I pray for people, I really mean it. Like, yeah, because we're sending those energy signals. We want it to be positive. So once we get this stuff off, you want to enjoy, not be afraid. Fear, really, I'm going to tell you right now, fear does not exist in heaven. They have no idea what that is. They don't even know what time is. I asked my angels, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So they'll show me seasons if I ask. But fear, that concept's a human thing only. And most fear doesn't exist. I mean, if you had Freddy Krueger coming after you, it might be, something to be afraid of. Or Jason from Friday the 13th, but most of our fears are totally unfounded, and it's our monkey mind acting crazy. It's stuff from our childhood. It's things that we've seen over the years that we just have, things that don't serve us and memories that don't serve us. We are not, counter to what some people think, we are not a subtotal of our memories, because we are eternal spiritual beings. We are multi-dimensional beings. This is just one little snippet of time that we're here for. What? We have a purpose. And the reason people might feel discontent, and I have been there. 14 years I lived in discontentment. I was in an advertising agency. I ran my ad agency 27 years. I enjoyed it. And then I started waking up, that whole thing. And I was like, and all the partying, all the Louis Vuittons, what is going on? And it was no more fun anymore. I was miserable. But unlike probably you, I was really, really, really hard-headed. And I refused to let that part of myself die, because that's the only thing I knew. I had to hold on to it. But what happened when I did, I cried a lot of tears. I even got to, I hate to admit it, there was even a few years I was mad at God. And then I finally started talking and like, well, what does it all mean? I started getting answers, and I did a lot of crying. But what happened is the very person that I started out as a little girl that was fun and creative and that talked to spirit people and that helped people. I even helped people in spirit when I was like in the hospital dead. I was like in rooms. You okay? You need anything? That's who I became. It's the very thing that frightened me that I didn't want people to know. But guess what? I like me better now because it's real. I don't have to fake. I don't have to put on the mask anymore. And if you don't like me or don't understand me, that's okay. God bless you. Go on your way. But we have to be our true self. And I never thought, my goodness, being your true self took so much work, because then you don't realize, but we have boxed ourselves in. I'm not, hey, I look like, okay, I'm a female this time, blah, blah, blah. I'm white, blah, blah. We've been so many things, but we're not this flesh. We are spirit. And therefore we are outside the rules of just this physical world. So being able to dream and to wonder and to consider is a childlike, magical thing. And some of us have gotten so serious with this whole adult situation, but in reality, if we could get to that core child that was so much fun, that's who you really are. There in heaven, there's a lot of music. They play, they dance. If you want to be a child for a while, you can. Most people like to look in their, 20-ish, early 30s. You can pick a model of what you think you look good at. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing, like what happens with different lifetimes. We're just going to stick on point here. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to talk about capturing that childlike innocence and purity. That's you. That is you in there. You could probably even pinpoint a memory when you were a child like that. Could be at your 5-year-old birthday party, and you had so much fun, and you laughed, and you had the chocolate cake that fell in your lap. It went all over your outfit, and you laughed, and everybody laughed, and then you ate it off. And then, I mean, this is what when's the last time you really laughed? So when you can laugh, breathe, and let go, now we're into the area of dreaming and creating. Because when you start creating in this way, you're allowing it freely, you can start manifesting again, because you are an endless spiritual being. You can do anything. And I'm here to tell you that. That's a fact. That's fact, Jack. Because look, I have been a spirit before, because I've been dead. And spirit people like me a lot because they trust me. But in reality, we're all spirit. We just have a body right now, which is a good thing. So we can go, get in a car and drive it, go on a boat, get on an airplane, do things. So let's talk about being free, okay? Most of the traps we have, we sure like to blame other people. But the reason a lot of times people are angry or mad, I know with me, I'm really angry or mad, but I'm really angry or mad at myself because I didn't see something coming, or I didn't do something about it, or I felt naive because I didn't see, right? So I'm usually mad at myself, because the only person we can control is who? Ourself. Not our kids, not our spouse, not our family, us. That's it, ourself. So when we are free to be, we are free to dream. Part of this workshop I'm going to be doing is a guided meditation to get you there too. There's going to be a few of those, but we're going to have some real hard substance. Again, I'm yin and yang, even female. I'm very feminine, girly girl, but I got a lot of male qualities, not just my creative side and my education and studied side and discipline of that. So I want you to get where you can be fluid and dreaming. So we're going to have real tools, and then we're going to have spiritual tools. And then I'm also channeling kind of as we go through this. So one of the guided meditations I want to talk about is the surrendering to God. It's the very thing I didn't want to do when I was going through my little thing. I did not want to surrender. I held on so tight. Ooh. And the more I was upset, the more I held on tight. I held on to the only thing I knew about me. But what about if you just let go of what you thought of yourself? I'm this status and I'm this, or I'm good at math, I'm bad at math, or whatever those things are. And you just were. So what does God say? I am. He tells me I am, you are, it is. So when you use the term I am, it's powerful. It's a manifestation word. It's very powerful because why? God tells us I am, and that we are. So that means we're part of him. So when we say I am, ooh, it's good. So I am, but you can't jump into that right away. You got to get rid of some of the baggage. Really believe it. Really kind of go there and go, maybe some difficult moments, but I'll help you through it. And then, because I've done it, I've done the work. I've even had 300 hours of past life. It was some sad, tragic stuff, but I'm still here. Everything you do, there's no way out except the way through. But I'm telling you, it's always worth the work because you're worth it. You're worth it. So I am going through that discussion and about the surrender and being in the place of surrender and not knowing there is power. We're going to explain that. And I know that to be true because that is a true state of surrender. And many times people, when you get to that point, will open like what they say a Kundalini awakening, where they're like, bam, and they start getting information from the other side. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't God talk to us? That's where we're from. And a lot of people say, well, I can't listen. Yeah, because you got a monkey mind. You know what I mean? You got the monkey mind going, and then you're too busy blaming people or whatever, or blaming yourself, or busy, distracted, watching TV, or listening to all these strange self-help stuff. All the stuff, you got to do the work. I've done the work myself for years, so I know what it takes. Plus, I channel and they tell me, but it's good. It's always good if you go through it. Then once we go through in the class, it's 6 weeks, December 15th through January 19th. Plus, you get a free 90-minute medium demonstration. How cool is that? Am I nice or what? With me, I'm extremely good at what I do because I love spirit and I love you guys. So, and I'm trained. Okay, that I mean it's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but my intention is to give a loving, healing message with evidence. And because of that, it seems to always work. Knock on wood. So once you've gone to that point and you surrender, then, and you know you're able to at a place to create, then it's the intent. You ever, like when you first get together when you're young, you don't have 2 pennies to rub together, right? And you want to be with this hot chick or guy, right? Or whatever. I guess it's male or female. Or and you're like, how are we going to make it? What are we going to do? We don't have any money. We don't have, what do we do? We don't even know what we're going to do yet. We don't even have a job. What are we going to do? But your intention is, I love them. This is going to work. And it's going to work till it's not going to work. What does that mean? That means that you're going, you want it to work. Now, one day you may say, I don't want this to work anymore. We are not compatible. And that's okay. You can change your contract. But your intention initially was, it's going to work. It's okay to change your contract if you want to, but the intention is. So you're going to put your intention is, that kind of intention, like people that are parents. I'm a fuzzy dog parent, that I'm going to always take care of my children. Well, no matter what happens, that's an intention. You need to have that kind of intention with yourself. And what it does is when you do, there's a pureness of your soul and your spirit that happens. And your true self, which is a reflection of God's love, is going to come through, and you're going to become being a mirror for people. And when you start speaking things, you're going to say, bam, it happens. When you start, oh, blah, 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 because see, we worked on this healthy stuff. Your bad habits are gone. Your good mental and behavioral practices are in place, like flossing your teeth. You're doing it like a good athlete. And so you're going to see things rocking and rolling. You're going to feel like, it feels like magic. You're magic. But because everybody's been all screwed up and they're starting to realize, oh my God, I'm so happy. Yeah, you're all botched up. Look, we're all broken to a degree, but we are worth it. We can be remedied. We can be from victim to victor. This is not just an enthusiasm thing. I do the work, and I know what it takes. So in order to have intention, a pure intention, and that's when it sticks, that's when manifestation comes. You want to be the thing that you are in this world. What is that? Well, you be the love you were meant to be. Do the thing you want to do. And then you got to have the life you want. Do you want to live at the beach? Do you want to live at the mountains? Do you want to downsize? Do you want to get one of those little teeny homes? And like, screw it, I'm getting rid of everything. You decide that. See, that's the cool thing about this life, is you get to decide. We need to quit worrying about other people. Look, if we have people in our life and we don't like them that much, it's our job to politely send them along their way. We need to do us and let them do them, right? Because we should have a PhD in us. We know ourselves. You might not want to admit it. You're like, I can't believe it. You just need to admit it. You just need to own it. Own you. So this whole thing is owning you. And then with manifestation, then life will come about, because you will begin in your words. You're going to be speaking life. You're going to be speaking, whatever you say is going to, they say the Midas touch. That's what's going to happen. That's why, because you're in alignment with why you're here, and you are giving grace and humility to other people. You're not letting people walk on you. I never said that. I said boundaries. But you're walking with intention and integrity and purpose, and all the monkey mind stuff is now gone. That's the goal. So it's very important when you have, so many people don't know how to get to their goals. I find most people, I can talk to them about 10 minutes and I know exactly what their goals are and what they love. Maybe 15 tops. So once you have that, the trick is getting there. How do you do that? Well, these old habits and behaviors need to be dropped behind. So I ask you, I'm going to mention the offer that I said, a super cheap deal, $129, 2 months me as a spiritual coach mentor. And I am telling you, I guarantee when you are done, you're going to be happy, you're going to be at peace, you're going to be calm, and you're going to have a direction. You're going to be improved than where, at the very least, much improved where you are now. Okay? Because I know what it takes to get where you need to go. So, and there's going to be homework, but we'll have fun. I'm a fun person. I am. I'm silly. So we're going to have fun. I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy for you. I will. It'll be safe and it'll be loving. It'll be fine. And it's confidential, whoever decides to be in the class. We are supportive of one another. Whatever stays in the class, like Vegas, stays in the class. I don't know. So I want you to think right now, what is your spiritual status? If you had to take an inventory or an assessment, would you say you're confident? You can go right in that God peace zone and look, ooh, I'm like, I love to be quiet and I'll just spend a few minutes being in gratitude. I start getting high on God. I do. I get like totally high. And if I start singing and ooh, yeah, I get so high. Now that may sound really strange to a lot of people, but I can take you to that place. I can tell you how to get there, but you have to let some stuff go that doesn't serve you. Why are you carrying bags and bags of suitcases around? You don't need that. You know, you don't need all that. And maybe you needed it when you're traveling to the Far East, but you're not traveling to the Far East now. So things might have served us a long time ago, old habits. And that's where being mindful and spiritually mature comes into place. Again, we're grown-ups. We need to like be a little responsible. Don't beat ourselves up. Just acknowledge it and say, okay. And you know, all right, let's look at this thing. So look at your spiritual inventory. Where are you now? Are you happy? Woohoo! Are you pissed off because you've had so many, or angry because you've had so many losses and people have done you wrong? Are you, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy? That's a good common one. I'm not good enough, I don't look good enough, I don't have enough money. I mean, it sounds, after a while, these things start sounding like a terrible country song, okay? So you want to be truly you, and you truly you is beautiful, is magical, and the very thing that you've probably been trying to hide for years, that you really are an artist and you're good, but you've always been the accountant and you don't want people to know, or oh, you're just a mom, but in reality, you know, you are a dynamite event planner, or whatever it may be. Because what happens is when you really come into who you are, you come into power, not just your personal power, but the power of God upon you. I mean, I'm serious. I know for a fact what I'm talking about, because you're in alignment. So you're going to be like a freaking like magnet to people, and they're going to come up to you and they're going to go, what is it about you? Do I know you? Or like they just you're going to attract the right people. And then guess what? Then something greater happens. You start giving the gift of how you went through what you, I was wretched. I was a mess. I had a bad attitude. And then now I'm happy. I'm doing the thing I want. Maybe you're not even making more money. Maybe you're making less money, but it's what you want. That's not about the money. Okay. Yeah, we got to all make a living. I get that. It's about your heart and your soul and what you're passionate about and who you are, and making sure that lines up with that. So once you do that, you're going to attract other people, and you're going to be a walking role model. What does that mean? Ripple effect, better world. You just created a better world. So want to mention to you, sign up, register below. It's called Recover Your Joy. Now, it sounds simple, but y'all, I'm telling you, it's spiritually transformative. Wherever we go, I promise I will be there with you. And if you get in a jam, so you know, if you give me permission, I can kind of look in there, because that's what I do, and we will handle it softly together. It's funny, my husband says to me a lot, being an evidential psychic medium, he says, oh my God, I hear you do these deep healings with people. The relatives come in as deep and secrets come out. And then, you know, that's not really your daddy. You got another daddy. And it's okay. You know, we go through it. And at the end, I said, it's okay. It's okay. We go there together. And at the end, the person's laughing. They're happy. They're like, oh my God, it's real. I went, yeah, it's real. Because I think it's more real than here. And we're real. We are eternal spiritual beings. We need to honor our soul. We're not here that long. We don't need to let anyone stop us, especially ourselves. Quit stopping yourself. Give yourself the joy that you deserve. First of all, decide that you want it. You want joy. You're not sure how you're going to get there, but you'll do it. So this class starts December 17th through January 19th, okay? And it's going to be from 12:30 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, USA, which means if you're in the UK, that would be 5 p.m. If you're in South Africa, 7 p.m. You do the math, okay? So it's 90 minutes. Once a week for 2 months. And then the 28th, we have a 90-minute live medium demonstration with me, the Southern Belle Medium, Tamara Caulder Richardson, that I'm going to do for you, and bring your friends and family and relatives through in a way to show their love and support. As I always say, we have a fan club in heaven. We do. Because our family and friends that have crossed over, they've already done it here, okay? They've done that, and they're at total, it's not a human concept, but they are at complete, not just peace, they're complete. They don't have any needs. They're whole. We are not whole. We're kind of broken. We're kind of, nutty a little bit. We're working through it. That's good. So they're cheering us on. They want to make sure we're happy. They want to make sure that we don't have regrets. The biggest thing I hear from your spirit family over there and friends, I'm going to tell you all the time, do not have regrets. Do not. Do what you want to do. If you want to go overseas, do it. If you want to start a business, do it. What's the worst that can happen? It could fail. Okay, you tried. At least you can say, I did it my way, like Frank Sinatra. I tried. I put it out there. And it's an expression of who you are. Let me tell you what, if you are doing what you love, you will not fail. But when you are a shadow version of yourself, because you're trying to please everybody or trying to play the role of the dad, and you really want to go play paintball, you can't. You got to be you. And if those people that won't accept it, there will be people that will accept it. You will find your soul family, and it's pretty immediate too. You will not be sad or lost for long. So I am here to help you as your spiritual coach. And again, sign up and register below. You will not be sorry. For this 6-week transformative class with a free 90-minute medium demonstration to let you know as a perk, boom, your love, just not just here, but on the other side. And I will offer also spiritually transformative continued classes, various classes that come up, as well as individual one-on-one spiritual mentoring. Now, the people that sign up for the class are going to get a special rate versus other people, because you're already trying. And the reason I charge so low, it's normally a $475 class for 6 weeks. Honestly, I should charge a lot more than that. When I add everything up in my time, it's a lot. But the reason I'm doing that for $129, super cheap. Someone said to me, Tamara, that's $21 a week. I'm like, am I worth $21 a week? Are you worth $21 a week? Are you worth it to get out of the rut? It is so cheap because I know that people are tight on money. They don't want to take chances. They've already had so many losses anyway. And I want to prove to you that I'm going to do exactly what I'm telling you that you're going to end up with. You're going to be set free. You're going to be you. You're going to be happy. You're going to be on the right path. And I'll continue to offer you more things. But I'm doing this because I love you. And I love myself enough to know I don't want to see people suffer. Okay? And don't be embarrassed, whatever comes up in the class. You will be treated with the most respect. So stay tuned also to finally end this. If you want to check out my website, it's southernbellemedium.com, and that's BELLE, southernbellemedium.com. And check out my channel on YouTube. It's really good. It's starting to really take off. I have amazing speed. Again, remember I said the magic? I've done a lot of stuff. I don't think I've totally failed completely. Okay, sometimes I have on things if it didn't line up. But I've done things creatively, had my ad agency. That was fine for a while till it wasn't fine anymore. But for a long time, it was good. And then I kind of grew out of that, right? And so now I'm into my true self, being a spiritual leader and hopefully an example, because I put myself out there too. I'm totally not perfect, but I do put myself out there. And this channel is amazing. It's very healing. It's called Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience and Other Phenomena. With that said, I have healers, I have shamans, I have a lot of near-death experience talking about the things that went on the other side. We have meditations, all sorts of cool stuff. And I'm also guided kind of who to get. All right. The quality of that is very important to me more than quantity. I do put out one show a week, which is on Thursday, the 4 p.m. premiering. Then I have a live chat, and that's 4 p.m. Eastern time in the USA. And then I have a Friday live chat, which is every Friday at 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we had it. My goodness, it was a party. We went way over like 30 minutes. We usually do not do that, and we won't do it again because everybody's got to eat, and I was starving. But we were really having too much fun, and I had a couple speakers on there, and I had the live chat was blowing up. But we will have that, and my goal is to always offer you something consistently. I want to build trust with you, and I want you to build trust in yourself. See, it just goes all the way around. We just spread the love. Well, look. Thank you so much. Again, register below, subscribe to my channel as well on YouTube, which is Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience and Other Phenomena. And if you have a suggestion for a speaker or you want to be a speaker, let me know. Let's see if it fits in. And I also have seekingheavenshow.com. If you want to, you can send an email there if you're interested or want to send me ideas on speakers. Look, I want to build a soul community where it's safe, it's fun, and that we evolve and grow and share together. That's what I am committed to doing. So thank you for your time, and I believe in you. So let's do this together, and thank you for letting me speak to you today. God bless.